Hello everybody, Hawk here. So today we are going over Styanax. If you guys didn't know, he recently got a couple nerfs that a lot of people were really angry about. For me, I enjoy Styanax still. I'm just more disappointed that he's been out for like a week and already has these nerfs. But for his abilities, you basically throw out a javelin that once it hits an enemy, it'll suck up other enemies to that point where they are for a few seconds. His second ability, you basically bash enemies with a shield that does damage along with healing you depending on how many enemies you hit, but it also removes shields and armor off of enemies. And again, if you have like 200 strength, that's basically all of their armor and shields. His third ability, which is really, really good, in my opinion at least, it's kind of like a passive ability, really, where you activate it and you will gain more shields and you will constantly gain energy over time while the ability is active. This is recastable, so you could basically refresh the duration. His fourth ability, you summon some specters of yourself and throw out a bunch of spears to do some slash damage and explosive damage. This, for the damage, scales off of strength, obviously, but for the number of javelins, actually scales off of duration. But, with the nerfs that have happened, before you could cast your fourth ability and use your other abilities while it's active. You can no longer do that at all. And whenever you cast your fourth, you have to wait until you touch the ground before you could recast it. This, again, I'm more disappointed than I am mad, but it is what it is. You know? It sucks. Like before, when you could cast the other abilities, he was really fun. But now, you actually have to land, cast abilities, then go back to using her for. But, moving on, for the build that we're going to be using, we will replace his second ability and add Pillage, and with the amount of strength that we have, we'll reduce their shields and armor by 60%, additive with Corrosive Projection to make that 78%, and then we have Mult Augmented to further increase strength whenever this is maxed to additional 60% ability strength, meaning you will have a really, really good amount of armor strip. But we have Umbral Intensify for some strength, obviously to get that damage in for your fourth ability, as well as the drain for the pillage. We have Prime Continuity to kind of balance out our duration here, since we have Fleeting Expertise. That way, because you will need a lot of efficiency if you're going to be constantly casting. And we have Blind Rage for obviously more strength, Streamline, more duration, Boreal's Hatred. This is only really here for the ability efficiency, but the damage reduction while airborne and shield capacity is really good as well. We have Prime Flow because obviously we're going to be constantly casting and we're going to need all the energy we can get. Jeez, if I could say that right. Adaptation for some resistance to damages. And for the Exilus, this is really optional, but again, reduces damage by 40% when airborne. We have Arcane Energize because we're going to need as much energy as we could possibly have. But thanks to the new Archon shard system, if you get a bunch of the yellow shards, there's a thing to where it will buff your energy pickups by 50%, and that's without being Tau Forged. So if you stack a bunch of those on Styanax, you could probably replace Arcane Energize. But I'm not going to say 100% certain with that. But we are going to take our companion off here and just show what Styanax could do with these enemies. So basically what we were going to do, how you play is cast your 3, then your 2, then your 4 basically. His 1 is just for fun. But we're going to cast our 2 for the armor strip, and then our 4 for our damage. And as you can see, yeah. But for an additive thing, if you wanted to boost the duration of the slash procs, you can place the Sladra in your melee slot because it doubles the duration of bleed from slash, which is really helpful for Styanax's 4, Ash's 4, Garuda's 4. I feel like I'm missing somebody out of that list, but whatever. So we are going to be using the Sladra for that duration for bleeds, but we're also going to be using our Zenric so we can have energy restore at the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and show this build off on Steel Path. See you in a second.
Scans show Grenier are harvesting Kuva nearby. Set off the alarms to draw them out, then steal their Kuva catalysts.
Okay, so we'll set this off. Once we see enemies coming, we'll cast the other stuff. Alright, so use Zenric, use this. And this is basically how Styanax plays right now. So, the nerfs really haven't done much to affect him in a bad way, honestly, in my opinion. But
life support on the way. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
do. So, as you can see, Styanax is still a really, really good frame. Just not as good as he was on launch.
Prepare for life support.
Do.
Another life support capsule is now available.
Uh-oh. That's not great. I'd really appreciate my abilities back. Thank you very much. Hate this acolyte. There we go. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum.
The operative has just made their first discovery. Keep up the good work.
Alright.
Go to extraction.
They fought well. Good dance, all.
Tenno, extraction is ready.
Okay, so now that that's done, I'll gonna once again show off the build just in case you didn't see it. But here it is. And with that done,
Remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.